You know, I just love looking at this view, just like, taking in just how far we've come in just such a short amount of time. I don't know, it's just really cool. But hey guys, and welcome to Hope Harbor Zoo. Hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. So unfortunately, I lost around like 10, maybe 12 hours worth of speed build footage, so I figure, you know what, we're gonna go in with a big old tour. It's finally gonna be that time. I'm gonna move my mic away from me right now. Pardon the sound that's gonna make from like all the hitting and like all the moving. Either way, welcome everyone. Let me just get organized here. I should have done that before. But today we're going to go on a little tour of Hope Harbor Zoo. This is, as we all know, our little ZSU tour. ZSU stands for Zoo Sims United. It's essentially an online role-playing community where you do own your own zoo, but you're able to trade it with other people. I kind of call it franchise, but better. If you guys have ever played franchise mode, Planet Zoo. It's really fun. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, the new link is in the description down below. Really suggest you guys go check it out because it's a really fun community and everything is happening right now. Like literally everything. So before we get started, when you do come to Hope Harbor, oh my gosh, I almost slipped up there. You do make your way in on boat, and the first thing that greets you is our new theme song. Yeah, so hopefully I can upload this on like a separate version. But no, we actually took Dallas Zoo's theme song. Yeah, not sure why Dallas Zoo actually has a theme song, but we kind of made it into our own. So, I don't know, it was just a little fun project for me and Nick to do, and it's just super fun. But we have it playing right at the gift shop, which, I don't know, I'm just very happy with it. So, of course, this entire entrance area is made by Lion. He did such an incredible job. I owe him a little bit for this. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but still, he did such a beautiful job at this. My boy is Swedish, but he nailed this like absolutely stellar New England style for this entire build, and I'm so happy with it. I still gotta do these ones over here. I really did want to tackle these parts on my own, so I will be completing the restaurant over here as it stands. But moving on through here, we actually have our first animal exhibit, and it's actually our little beehive. So I was able to get some European honeybees, and yeah, so we actually do bottle up their own honey over here, which is very cute. But we do have a little bit of an indoor kind of display for our bees, and they can actually go in and out through this tube over here. It's kind of themed, so they can come out here, and we also have another beehive over here. Hopefully, once we actually do get some more bees down the line, we could introduce them over there. It'd be a really great thing to have. I think they are able to breed on their own, which is great, so we can see that happen later down the line. But making our way throughout here, we have our first big habitat. This video just came out. It's for our harbor seals, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I believe we have Jenny. Yep, we have Jenny and Milo, so I do gotta change his name. So we did get Milo from Nick, and now we have a breeding pair of seals, so that's gonna be really great. My whole goal is to get Gerald in here, which is, you know, our little bit of a mascot, so that'll be great to have once we actually do get started on that front. But they have such a nice little pool in there. I may consider making it a little bit deeper for them. I feel like it's a little bit too shallow over here. But this is also pretty shallow over here. They have a little bit more of a natural pond area, and I really do love like the vistas that you get through here. Again, these are by Lion. Lion does like literally everything in this zoo. Like pretty much every single like blueprint that I use is made by him. So this was of course made for Zoov. He had a harbor seal contest where you kind of design the best harbor seal enclosure. So that's how we were able to get our seals. But yeah, I was super excited to start building for them, and they even have a little bit of a rehab pool back here. So when they did come in, they were able to actually make their way into there. But the whole goal is to kind of set up this little area with something else. I'm not sure what. Maybe sea lions. Maybe I could kind of have like a nice big pool kind of go around like over there for them. But you see all that stuff over there, and I think we will kind of make the jump over here just because it's a nice small area. I just finished working on this the other night. This is, of course, our two aviaries for our red-tailed hawks and our golden eagles. I believe it was Drac who made these, either Drac or Mealy, so these are golden eagles. They have this lovely big ol' habitat with like a nice big perch in the middle. I'm very proud of this over here. I'm using Haribo's dry wall set, which look absolutely incredible for this. And yeah, actually, it's very interesting. Golden eagles actually need to be clipped in order for them to enter zoos. I believe it's the same thing with bald eagles, so they aren't able to fly around, which is extremely interesting. So that's why I have this be open, and I really, really enjoy this, because it really does help to, I don't know, I really do like it, because in case if we ever do want to throw something in here, like, I don't know, like a kite or an osprey or something like that, we always have the opportunity to kind of like net this over, which I think is something that we can consider later down the line if we ever do need to do that. But they have such a nice expansive habitat over here, and I really do love it. Right next to them, though, is one that does need to be kind of like netted in. This is, of course, our red-tailed hawks, and yeah, they have a nice little habitat here. I really do love this dry stone technique, making it look like I don't know, kind of like an old rustic house that was kind of torn down, and I love their habitat in here. Originally, I wanted to get some bald eagles. Hopefully later down the line I can, so we could kind of just like open this up and like, you know, get like a nice big open view for them. But for the time being, our red-tailed hawks are in here. They're gonna get a little spoiled as it is. But yeah, they seem to enjoy their little habitat over here. They can't fly, of course, which is a little sad, but I'm also using Wyatt Andrews' little technique over here for creating nice natural pools. So when you look at it from like this angle, you get like that nice natural looking like green and yellow and dark blue kind of look to that. I don't know, I was so excited to start working with that, even though I think I may. I'll tell you what, we're gonna do this live. I know, I'm silly, I don't really like to do this all too often, but you know what, it's been a while since we've had an episode like this. Oh, that is like a grave. I don't want that. What the heck? No, I do want to change this out right away. I want to kind of change it to like that brownish color that the walls kind of have. So let me take care of that. I'm gonna split that from the group right now. And yeah, I think I do want to change that out for, actually, that's pretty nice, but I do want to go a little bit more into those kind of like brownish, yeah. So I believe it's just this one. And if I actually just do that, no harm, no foul. I could just do that, nice and easy. But yeah, that's looking a lot better actually, so that's good. Good thing we stopped to do that. Now making our way throughout here, we are starting with our kind of like Raptor Ridge. So that's the original idea of this area. I wanted it to be very nice, very cliffy. And that's kind of where we get like these nice big swooping aviaries from, because again, it works as a double-edged sword because you can also see them from down on this path. I am hoping to expand this to be like any exhibits that we get later down the line. We're going to talk about that area as well over there, but I really did just want to incorporate these down here. So guests who are walking this main path down here can get a better view at whatever else is going on. But yeah, that Raptor Ridge does, of course, include some owls as well. So these are spectacled owls, and I believe these are done by Track. These are incredible right here. Look at these guys. I love them. And we also do have our Eurasian eagle owl. We just have one, unfortunately, but hopefully we can find them a nice little pair in the meantime. But what I really love over here is our waterfowl aviary. And it's incredible. So we only have a few active residents in here. We have our Canadian geese, we have our swans, we have our snow geese, but imagine we have a lot more in here because I'm too lazy to actually make or update the mods, but just pretend that they're in here, you know? So of course we have our little snow geese. I really do love these guys. They're such an incredible mod. But, oh yeah, check out this one over here. Look at her. She's so beautiful. But yeah, we have this nice big aviary in here for a lot of different birds. We have like mallards, wood ducks, mergazners, and so many different things. And we have a bunch of waterfowl hutches set up for these guys so that the, you know, all the pairs can breed and nest and stuff. Look at the swans. Oh my gosh, they're stellar. I really do love this. This is incredible. And I really do love the structure of the aviary as well. Especially when you're looking at it from like afar, it just looks so big. And it looks so inviting too, because you always want to check out what's inside of it. But again, I have to give a huge shout out to Lion for like the guidance with this, because we do have a bunch of like trees for our wood ducks to kind of perch in and nest in, which is really great. So all these different waterfowl, they nest in different areas and locations, so giving them a nice amount of variety really goes a long way with trying to, like, you know, create natural environments for them. Plus that big tree in the center, I was kind of against it at first, but it really does help to make this area feel a lot more natural and a lot more organic. So I really do love that right there. I also apologize if you hear some like fan sounds in the background. I currently have the fan on because it's been sweltering recently, and listen, I just gotta cool myself off. Speaking of cooling ourselves off, we're gonna talk about this big old flame over here. My buddy G-Rex actually built this for me. It was kind of modeled after something at my local college. But this is, of course, the beacon of hope. There we go. So, of course, as many of you guys will know, Hope Harbor is, of course, made from Hope Island. Unfortunately, we did lose Hope Island, but we didn't lose hope, and that's the whole idea behind this structure right here. So it kind of represents an eternal flame, and I really wanted to have this be center stage right when you walk into the zoo, and I think it serves as a wonderful little focal point for us all, and we have to give a huge shout out to my good friend G-Rex at Billabong Zoo for this. It's a really incredible thing to have, and I can't thank him enough for it. It looks incredible. I also love like the interior of here, because I don't know, I feel like that would be something that you would see. But yeah, I love all of that. But you know what I love more than that? I love my flamingos, and these guys are already breeding like crazy right now. So of course our flamingos, we have American and Lessers. I love this little crowd right here because they're such wonderful little creatures. Of course some of them kind of sink themselves, which is a little silly. Maybe it's a little goofy, but you know what? Nevertheless, we have a wonderful little flock, and I do have plans on expanding our flamingo roster in the future. Stay tuned for all of that, because I think I may do another flamingo pool, because I think some flamingo species can hybridize, which I do not want. So we can definitely fix that up later down the line. I also changed this roof to blue. Not really sure why. I think I may change it every so often just to, you know, kind of spice up the area. But they do have a large indoor holding. I really haven't worked on this all that much. It's kind of just all empty right now. But later down the line, hopefully I could actually spruce that up. But right adjacent to them, we do have our Asian small-clawed otters. Easily one of my favorite habitats just because of how simple it is. But yeah, these guys have this lovely little habitat in here. Enough room for them to kind of roam around, enough room for them to explore. And yeah, just a lot of running water in here for them. Just a nice way to keep them very nice and active. I also love like these small little areas to like catch any water that falls down. Very much happy with all that right there. But it looks incredible. I don't know, I really do love them. And the Asian small-claws are such a wonderful little creature. Easily one of my favorite animals in the Wetlands DLC just because of how cute it is. But moving on, we have a lot of different things to check out, but we do have a lot of areas in between, and that's something that I do want to address as we kind of make our way to the Ocelots. I have a lot of filler areas to kind of make myself through. We have a lot of areas kind of like done, and they're like in the works, but the main thing right now is honestly just trying to get everything to connect. And for that, I'm going to need a lot more big ticket species. So of course you can see that our guanacos over here in particular have a little bit more of a bigger habitat. So hopefully later down the line we can actually work with that a little bit more and try and get some more big kind of like big ticket species later. But that's pretty much it right there. We should check out our ocelots because I love this little walkway up here. So the ocelots are easily one of my favorite animals in the park, just because they're so cute. I don't know, I really wanted them from the store, and I was able to get them magically. But yeah, these guys are incredible, especially when they're actually moving around. But unfortunately, they're kind of tired out, so he's just taking a little nap, but I do love their habitat. We should probably talk about that. I wanted this to be nice and big for them. I wanted them to be able to breed nice with a lot of comfort, because I do want to join the Ocelot SSP. And in case if you guys don't know, we do have SSPs worked into our ZSU zoos, which is going to be really fun to work on. But yeah, these guys are such an iconic species, and I can't wait to start working with them a lot more. What I also love about their habitat is their little crossover. Unfortunately, they are not using it right now, which is a little bit sad, because I would have loved to have shown it off. But they are able to pass in between the two habitats, which is really great. And yeah, they have such a beautiful other habitat over here. Nothing too crazy. I should probably add a little door in here for the staff. Probably should do that eventually. But they love to make their way around and like kind of explore these habitats. I can't wait to see how the smell feature works for these guys, because that'll bring them to like explore it so much more. I'm so excited for that. And you have a lot of different views into their habitat. I particularly love these ones because they have like the nice little flower beds right there, and you're able to see like a whole new look into the habitats. I really do love this one because of the waterfall. It came out so well. I mean, look how natural that looks. It's so nice. But yeah, that's about it for our Ocelots, and you can see that it kind of continues over here to this way, and that's our South America house. But before we go there, we're going to continue down this little pathway down here. I do need to dress it up and maybe add a few habitats in here, because as it stands, it really isn't the most decorated. But this area over here is one of my personal favorites. This is where we keep our Patagonian maras. These guys are incredible. I really do love these guys. Look at them. So of course we have Patagonian maras, and we also have Chicoan maras, which don't tell ZSU staff, but they are not allowed in the United States. So currently I'm only able to have them, but I can't trade them out to any other North American zoos, but I am able to trade them to European or South American zoos. But I think I may just work on getting a very good herd of them, because I think that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, as it stands, I only have Patagonia Mara mods in here, so they're just chilling out in here. I love it though, because you'll see the sight lines for this area come out in a little bit, but I really do love them. Look at them go. But yeah, making our way out over here, if we do kind of follow our pathway down through this way, we could see that we have our guanacos and rayas up here, and I really do love their habitat in particular, especially when our rayas are just outright flying. Who would have thought that this ratite would be able to fly? But check these guys out. Oh my gosh. Easily one of my favorite mods too. One that I made myself at least. Really beautiful habitat, really good sight lines, and the whole idea behind this, I want to have this work as a panorama. So over here, I would love to get spectacled bears. Over here, the goal is to get some maned wolves, and maybe something else for that area. But I do love how the maras, like that little area right there, you aren't able to see it, and I think that works extremely well for that. It gives them a lot of privacy, and I don't know, I just think that's super neat. Also, if you're lucky, you should be able to, I guess not, but sometimes if they're standing right here, you can see the animals kind of like peeking over the cliffside, which I think is pretty neat. But making our way into the actual South America house, it is called Ansa Lifetime, so it's kind of a play on words. So Ansa is, of course, the species name, Panthera ansa for the jaguar. So it's kind of like talking about the animals that are native to like the jaguar's range, all the animals that would kind of come into contact with. So that's what we have going on throughout there. So these are all, even though they aren't really complete, going to be monkey houses, monkey enclosures really. So I have squirrel monkeys in here, and I have my tufted capuchins in here. I don't have the mod installed just yet, but I will eventually. But hopefully once I actually do get more, I'll convert these into primate little cubes as well. But I do have a few terrariums. I have a lot of terrariums throughout here. So I have my like red-tailed boas in here. I have my rainbow boas in here. But I think the habitats really are the standout point over here. We have our agoutis, which are expecting. Very excited to see that. So we have our agoutis and southern poodoo, which I don't have made yet in here. In addition to that, we also have over here our capybaras. So these guys have a really fun enclosure. I love this little lookout over here. It's just wicked awesome. I really do love like the views that you get into here. They should have a outdoor habitat soon. I sent this shell over to Wyatt Andrews, so hopefully later down the line we could actually get rid of this little white thing And then we should be able to replace it with a beautiful shell of an exterior. So that will be something awesome to have. I also have my red-footed tortoises and my green iguanas in this little habitat over here. Check him out. He's just sleeping. He's a tired little boy, you know? He works so hard throughout the day. And over here, of course, we have some poison dart frogs. And this is one of my favorite little areas. I do need to make a corner habitat here. But this is going to be our invasive section. So it has a bunch of invasive species, kind of like a bunch of rats, mice, rodents. We also have our cane toads, which are extremely invasive to so many parts of the world. But yeah, these guys have their own little habitat over here, and some horned frogs over there. Just very interesting habitats, very great layout. I don't know, I'm very happy with this. I don't really like to build interiors all that much, but this one was super fun to build. Especially our jaguar habitat, very happy with this one in particular. Especially when they do like a moonwalk, that's very cool. But of course one of our jaguars is expecting, so that's going to be wicked fun to see how that plays out. But yeah, our jaguars are in here, that's going to be wicked fun to play with. And we have Cuvier's dwarf caiman over here. They like to usually just sit on the side of the rock, but they're actually swimming right now, so that's actually very cute. But that's about it for the South America house. And we should be making our way over here to the back end. This one's one of my favorites. I'm so upset about this speed build being lost because this is one of my favorite habitats I've ever made. So this is, of course, our African penguin habitat. It turned out really, really awesome. I wanted to give it a nice little crossover. So I was able to do this with free builds. So that's kind of why you see like these big kind of like blue walls over here. Unfortunately, I'm not able to fix that. But you get some really good views of this nonetheless, even like those walls aside. So they are able to swim right over the guests, which I think is super cool. But their habitat as a whole is one of my favorite things. It just feels so nice. I wanted to give them a lot of different levels and layers, and they have a lot of different areas for them to swim through. And I wanted it to be such an immersive habitat. I think I did a really good job at that too. They have a lot of awesome areas for them to like chill around in. But yeah, that's about it for that. Making our way into the actual aquatic house. A bunch of blueprints in here. I made pretty much all of these tanks custom. Some of them I've had for a while. So here's our little bit of a touch pool area. Of course, you can only touch the stingrays. But I do have this area over here so we can kind of look into the aquatic life of New England invertebrates and fish and stuff like that. I also have this big planted Amazon tank, so I have my neon tetras in here. I have a few different things in here, like freshwater angelfish. Hopefully I could get a lot more tetras in there. That'd be great to have. But this is where it all kind of, you can start to see, like, you know that picture of Homer Simpson where he's like clipping the fat on his back? Yeah, this is kind of what that is. I have this all planned out, but I'm too scared to actually start putting stuff together. But I do have a lot of different fish in here. All their tanks are set up. It's just formatting and like layout that is really gonna drive me crazy. But I have a lot of different fish in here. So this is like our North American section. So we have pumpkin seeds in here, but we also have our like leopard frogs in here. They're kind of chilling at the surface of the water. We have a big coral reef tank in the middle. Hopefully I could get some like actual fish mods in here so they could swim around. I have an African section in here, so we have like our African bullfrogs just doing their thing over here, just chilling. I also have a Nile monitor who's just making his way throughout here. He's having a nice little time. This is of course Narwhaler's remaster. So you can see him just enjoying his little time in here, doing his thing. But I love the African section because I'm using like the Congo masks. I think these are wicked awesome to play with too. I'm also having an Asian section, so I have some silver moonies. I have like our Japanese fish in here. What else do I have? Malabar pufferfish, a whole bunch of different things. But this one is my favorite. I have our Amazon Giants tank. So this is very much like our planted Amazon tank. Instead of small fish over here, we have the big boys. So we only have Arapaima red-tailed catfish and Pacu right now. But hopefully later down the line we can work on getting some like ripsaw catfish. We can get some like stingrays. that should be the goal at least, but I really do love like the format of this tank. I love the curves. I know, it's just super cool. But yeah, I can't believe we have arapaima. It's such a really awesome species. But over here, we do have plans for a little hotel. I am way too lazy to actually work on it right now. Hopefully later down the line I can. But I do have a little private beach area, and I even made a little fake sandcastle. I thought that was super cute to make, with a little bit of a pail. Oh my gosh, super cute. But here's World of Color, or actually Island of Color. And this is my favorite thing in the world. Turn it to nighttime, and it all just glows up. So the idea is to get a big tiger temple up here. Hopefully for Sumatran tiger, that's going to be the goal. I'll settle for any other kind though. But yeah, it's going to take you all throughout the islands, throughout the world, and show off beautiful colors of island life. So of course this is Oceania, using some Outback Pack props. And yeah, we have a bunch of wallabies who are pregnant. All of our wallabies are pretty much pregnant, so that's great to see. We're going to have a lot of them on the way, so that's going to be super awesome to have. But we have swamp wallabies in here, and we also have red-necked wallabies, which are from Tasmania. And it's just going to be really great. So I love watching them kind of follow each other. It's super cute. Look at them go. They're adorable. I really do love them. But yeah, that's about it for that. But we also do have the micro house. So this is where we keep all of our small animals from Island of Color. So we have a whole Madagascar section in here. I'm not going to show off every single terrarium, but we have a bunch of like different things in here. We have our cockroaches, we have some spiders. This is where I'm going to keep our radiated tortoises. It looks a little small, but Planet Zoo scale is a little deceiving. But what really sticks out here is going to be our lemur habitat. So these of course are going to have outdoor access as well. I just actually got a build for that. That's going to be its own episode, kind of decorating that out there. But this one should be black and white ruffed lemurs if I can find them. Yeah, they usually just chill out on the ground. Look at them go. But we do have a bunch of different species of lemur. We have black and white, red ruffed. Red ruffed are in here, but I'm too lazy to actually find them. We have ringtails and common browns. Which are somewhere in here. Yep, there's our common brown, just doing his thing. And we also have our crown lemurs, which the mod isn't out yet. Hopefully it comes out soon, but no rush on Bongo. I'm really not starving for it. But yeah, that's about it for that right there. Hopefully later down the line, the goal is to get like Safakas and Fusa, because I really do want to have a strong Madagascar collection. But that's about it for that. And that's about it for like the rest of the zoo. This area, I know I kind of touched upon this before. I really want to have a big beach area, and I do want to cancel out part of the beach over here to you know, have a goat beach area, so the goats are like free roaming, so you can kind of like play with the goats while you like chill on the beach. That's the goal, and it'll connect into like the farm area. So I do want to include some stuff over there in terms of that. Expanding Raptor Ridge out a little bit more, maybe have another waterfowl aviary, because I want to have one specifically for African birds. But yeah, that's about it for Hope Harbor Zoo so far. Backstage area here as well, just like a really nice big backstage port. That's what I want to work on too eventually. But that's about it for our zoo so far. Lots of plans. Lots of areas that I don't have plans for just yet. Maybe we could have like a nice African section over there. But we do have a lot of room this time around, and I'm so excited just to see how much of a chunk we have been able to complete. And we still have so much to go. But all that being said, I do want to thank you guys. We're about 30 minutes into the video right now, so I do want to end it right here. We could actually end it on our beautiful little flamingos. Actually, I want to end it with like this view right here. It looks incredible. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.